There's a girl, she's a star. She's got style. Steffi Star, you see her face around the town. She's popular. Steffi Star.
I'm Stephanie Weinstein.
And I'm Meredith Keach.
And today we have a fabulous
We are
guest.
as black as the walls in this room.
This is a tough day.
It's January. Stephanie's detoxing. But we have new ideas on our horizon with Allison Rothwell.
Oh my God,
The Clutter Buster.
Yes, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the one and only Allison Rothwell.
Hello.
Well, I don't think there could be a more appropriate guest for January because it's something that everybody thinks to themselves, just like fitness, health, detoxing from booze, like our friend over here, detoxing from caffeine. People say, I'm going to get organized in the new year.
Yeah, always.
That is true.
It's just, how long have I been trying to get organized?
You have. You put in a professional closet.
I have a closet
custom
system.
closets?
Yes, with custom closets, double K, custom closets like Kardashian.
Yeah. You were a new woman when you had that. You just talked about piles on the floor.
Yeah, that was life-changing. Anthony he organized the garage.
Oh, that's exciting.
So he got cabinets for the garage.
Okay.
So that was amazing. And I buy a million calendars every year, but I'm over that now because I have my Hobonichi Jibun Techo. So I'm okay with that now. So I'm finally satisfied with that. But it is really hard to organize.
It is, but the most important thing to know is that you can't organize clutter. So usually people have too much inventory in their homes.
I'm going to star that.
Should we take notes?
I'm going to quote, you can't organize clutter.
You can't organize clutter. So that's the first thing I tell my clients.
And that's why it's important to
have less, to not buy as much.
Okay,
to shop less.
Walk us through a typical decluttering job.
Wait, can I ask? Can I
What?
use personal experience here?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
And then can we talk about your home theater?
Yeah. Yes. So I celebrate Christmas.
Okay.
I celebrate everything you could possibly celebrate in the month of December.
Okay.
Hanukkah, Kwanzaa.
Meredith, you don't.
I try to.
You don't.
You don't let me.
What did you do to celebrate
Every time
Hanukkah
I
this
say,
year?
let's do something for Hanukkah, you go, it's really not a big deal. And then you'll go, Alexa, what do you want for Hanukkah this year? I got you a gift for Hanukkah. ASMR. I got Alexa a gift for Hanukkah. I mean, nobody's...
But that's not celebrating Hanukkah. That's just buying a gift for someone.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Is Alexa your child or your...
Stephanie's child.
That is my child. Okay. I named her Alexa before the Alexa came out.
When you mention Alexa, I just think of the AI thing that's in my kitchen and
that too.
all my rooms. Okay.
You should see the problems that we have.
I'm sure you do.
When I bring her on a home staging gig and I'm like, Alexa! Yeah. And then all the Alexas go off.
They start talking.
Anyway,
so that's not germane to what I'm saying. The bottom line is I have now taken everything that I've decorated in my house.
Okay.
It is now in the unfinished side of my basement.
Okay.
Not the movie theater side.
And in tubs? Plastic tubs?
Not yet. What I do, my method is I just take it out, put it there, and now it's in piles.
That's a terrible method, Allison.
Yeah, I don't...
Here's my reasoning. Because I wanted to see it all, so now I could put it in appropriate bins together.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Everything that's in those piles right now, did you put them out this year?
Yes.
Everything?
Correct.
Okay. Because that would be the first step. I would say that if there were decorations that you didn't put up this year, then it would be time to part with them now. Because if they weren't good enough to put up this year, they're not going to be good enough to put up next year.
Okay, so some of my bins do have leftover stuff in them.
So anything you did not use, you didn't love it enough to put it up for this December, you can probably let it go safely and not miss it next year.
Let it go safely.
Let it go.
That is very freeing right now.
Let it go safely.
So my next step.
Yeah.
Wait, what does she do with that stuff?
Donate it.
Yeah.
To whom?
Savers. I go to Savers like once a week. They take everything basically everything except for like cribs and mattresses.
Do you know I've never been to Savers?
Can I tell a really quick Saver story, then we'll go back to your Christmas decorations? So I was having a party at my house, and we had to go buy bad clothing. I'm not okay. So let's just leave it at there. Yeah. So we go to Savers. I had to buy like just a boring long skirt and a long blouse. Okay. So I go to Savers with Kim Lazarian, and we're going through the racks, and all of a sudden, so she and her mom used to own a boutique called Posh. Okay. In Easton. Gorgeous high-end clothes. So she pulls out this vest from Savers. She goes, oh my God. She goes, look at this. She goes, do you know how good this brand is? She goes, I had this in my store at Posh. This brand is unbelievable. She goes, wait, what is this? She goes, I just can't believe it's here. I go, yeah, because you gave that to me, and then I gave it to Goodwill, and now it's at Savers. And now it's so actually that is yours. Oops. Yeah, it was hilarious. All right, that was my Savers story.
I have a consignment story.
Okay.
My girlfriend walked into her office one day with her new sweater that she had just bought from the consignment shop. And the lady who answers the phones and greets people at the front desk, she goes, oh my God, I used to have a sweater like that, but I just donated it. It's on consignment at Janet's Consignment. She bought her friend's sweater.
So did she say, this is your sweater?
No, she felt too uncomfortable.
That's so great. Well, I couldn't wait to tell Kim that I had donated that Vaster shirt that she gave me.
Well, that actually reminds me of something that comes up all the time with clients is people keep gifts out of guilt. Oh. Like, because, I got this as a gift, so I must keep it forever, even though I hate it and I'm never going to use it, kind of thing, right? Mm-hmm. Because someone gifted it to them.
Right.
I pretty much, like, here's an example. Like, many years ago, my mom bought me an apron. It had a Chihuahua on it. I have a Chihuahua, but I don't cook. Oh, okay? Yeah. So why did I need an apron? Well, it had an adorable little Chihuahua on it. Okay, fine. I was selling it at a yard sale. My mom came to visit me at the yard sale and saw.
Busted.
And it still had the tags on it. And she's like, I bought this for you. I'm taking it back.
That would have been something
and she did. And she just took it back. And I don't know if she kept it or returned it or what she did with it. But like, it was a gift, and I appreciated the gift. I did appreciate that it had a Chihuahua on it because I like Chihuahuas, but I don't cook. I have no reason to wear an apron. There was no reason to keep the apron.
Right.
Wait a minute. Can we get back to the you don't cook?
Yeah.
How does your family eat?
Well, my husband does HelloFresh 3 times a week.
Oh, does he know Kim Lazarian?
That's
all she does.
Does he like HelloFresh?
Yes, I think he likes it.
A lot of people really like it.
Yeah, I think it's because it's 3 meals out of the week. He doesn't have to think of what am I going to serve tonight. Yes. But our kids won't eat that stuff. So he makes the HelloFresh for the 2 of us 3 times a week. The kids get kid food, chicken nuggets, pizza, whatever, grilled cheese, hot dogs, that kind of stuff. And then one night he kind of just comes up with something easy to make, and then we get takeout or go out the other nights.
That's pretty normal.
I don't know. He does not like it.
No, I don't think that's normal.
He does not like that.
That's a normal schedule in my house.
Only
I typically cook it.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't
put that away.
Yeah, my father was FaceTiming me. Well, I wanted to make sure we got our hook in.
Oh, well,
I think we did.
Maybe.
No, I did. I got it in.
So, I've been studying Instagram a lot.
Okay.
And one of the things that I've learned is having a caption with a hook.
Okay.
So that's what Stephanie's talking about, a hook, is trying to have lines in where we can capture Instagram.
The audience. Yes.
Yeah, learn how to do all these fancy pictures and video stuff. I mean, I'm like here with my learning growth, but it's a step in the right direction.
Listen, I do Instagram, I do Facebook, I just started TikTok, and I'm learning, but I have no idea what I'm doing. It's very hard. I did have a video go viral on TikTok.
Good for you.
I have over 500,000 views.
Wow, Allison.
People keep liking, sharing it,
favoriting
it. You guys are actually going to appreciate this. It's a box of the pens that were left over from my bat mitzvah that I still had.
Really?
And they no longer wrote or worked or whatever. I had brought them to work last year because I was like, maybe I'll hand them out at work and like give them out to people to be funny. They said, I went to Allison's bat mitzvah and all I got was this lousy pen. My dad came up with that one. And the video is literally the box of pens, and I said, my bat mitzvah was 9/24/94, and I finally threw these out, and I show the pen, and that's the whole video. And people comment and favorite and love it and like it, and I don't understand.
I do. So, okay, we'll get back to the Christmas decorations in a minute because we just have so much to talk about.
There's so much. Can you stay for 5 hours?
Swimming. So
right, a lot
that makes sense to us because the number one greatest difficulty for every single, not a few, every single seller client is stuff.
Clutter.
And what do I do with it? And
did you say what?
I did. I emphasized a little bit. And then they have to pack it up and go to the next house.
Yes.
And so
it's bad.
I feel like my life mission as a realtor, not quite like your life mission as in your job, but to communicate to people exactly what you've already said these times. And what's actually resonating to me with what you're saying is that people don't always want to acknowledge that it's work. It's effort. And maybe it's just a mental hurdle, but when you pull out, so what I tell folks that have now embarked on the moving stage is when I check in with them and say, how's packing going? Especially in the beginning, they'll be like, great. We're like so on top of things. We're ahead of it. When actually they're not, because what they've done is they've gone to the closets with like the big stuff, like luggage or this or that. And that's easy. You just pack that up. You know how to do it. The really difficult ones are those boxes that you're talking about.
The sentiment items.
Or the junk box. Or, I've got 10,000 pieces here that I kind of need because I use this stuff a couple times in a year. But how do I package it up?
And that, right. So let's start from today. So this is January. So people that are listening to this that want to start decluttering.
Yeah, we'll start with those decorations. That's my first hurdle of the year. So now I've got all this stuff. The first thing you said to me is, Meredith, go back to those other bins of things that you didn't use this year.
Yeah. All right.
Get rid of that stuff.
Allison, what should she do?
Well, that would be the first thing to do is anything that did not go up this year, donate immediately.
Got it.
Because it wasn't good enough to display this Christmas.
Right.
Why is it going to be good enough next year? It's not going to change. You obviously didn't like it enough to pull it out of the box and put it up. It's not really one of your favorites.
I just remembered I forgot to bring you water. Do you want me to run and get you one?
That's okay.
I have one in the other room.
That's fine.
Oh,
okay.
So that's probably it. That's same thing for Halloween.
Well, any kind of decoration.
Any decoration.
Same thing. And
any seasonal
and also,
decoration.
I just actually did a video the other day on Christmas pajamas. So my kids are 5 and 7. So the Christmas PJs that my 5-year-old wore this year are 5T. In the past, I would have thrown them back into the Christmas bin. But guess what? He's not going to fit into a 5T next year.
Right.
I put them on my local Buy Nothing page and I said, get ready, Christmas PJs for next year if you'll have a child in 5T. They went that day.
Right.
That day, someone came and picked them up.
And quite honestly, just this conversation is freeing because I've been a little bit burdened with putting this stuff back because I feel like there's overflow because I buy new stuff every year. And to your point, just like with clothes, I don't keep clothes. I have no attachment to them.
That's good because a lot of people do.
Yeah, I know.
That's a hard one for a lot of people.
Is that the biggest thing? People can't get rid of their clothes. What's the biggest clutter?
I mean, definitely people have the hardest time parting with sentimental items. I don't tell anybody that any one category needs to go. When I go into clients' homes, it's up to them what stays and what goes. But I teach them the container concept, and they have to apply that to every area of their home.
And what is that?
So for instance, if I'm a big reader. So a few years ago, I had a bookshelf. It was busting at the seams with books, okay? For Christmas, my friend gave me a new book. I came home, I went to put it on the shelf, and I was like, shoot, it doesn't fit on my shelf.
Right.
So what am I going to do? Oh, well, before I started my decluttering journey, I would have bought a new bookshelf, and I would have started a second bookshelf for more books. Now, I look at it as this bookshelf is my limit for how many books I can keep. This is the container of all the books. I need to take one off of the shelf that I don't like as much to put the new one on. So one in, one out.
Right.
So you need to set limits. The bookshelf is the limit for how many books I can keep. And this works with everything, with clothes.
It's true.
With toys.
I have my handbag section in my closet. I can't fit any more handbags.
Well, then you're done.
I'm done.
You get a new one. What are you going to do?
I have to get rid of one.
One has to leave.
And that's what I've been doing with my shoes, my handbags, and even my clothes. If I can't fit it.
Yep. One in, one out for everything.
That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
It has been life-changing.
It really is.
So if somebody wants to hire you, what do you do?
And how do you get paid? People always ask that. A lot of times people
is it
just
hourly?
think,
is it
right? I recommended a wedding planner to Stephanie and your sister-in-law, but and two people. And I was like, wait a minute. Everybody just kind of conceptualized this is something that's so expensive. It's out of my league. I can't afford that. So I'm just going to go and DIY. But there's professionals in these little niche categories that revolutionize your life.
Yeah.
So how do you charge? How do you get hired?
Let's say somebody's moving into a new house and they don't know how to set up their kitchen.
Oh, we talked about that yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what would be your process and what would you charge for?
So I am certified as a declutter coach and as an organizational specialist.
Do you do therapy sessions?
I mean, I'm not a therapist, but I feel like sometimes during sessions, some therapy happens. I minored in psychology in college.
That's helpful. There is a psychology behind clutter.
There definitely is, and mental illness when it comes to hoarding, and there's all sorts of things. But so I am both a declutter coach and an organizational specialist. I actually prefer the declutter side, but I am happy to help people get organized as well.
You like to purge.
I like to purge. And it all started during the pandemic when we were home with our 1 and 3-year-old at the time. I was trying to work from home. And I kept looking around and I was like, oh, we have a lot of toys. We have a lot of stuff.
Right.
And because I was home for 4 months straight, I started Googling decluttering. And then I found the woman who I'm certified under. Her name is Dana K. White. I found her. I started following her. Then I just decided I'm going to just start in my house. Then when my house was, I'm not going to say the word done, but my husband was like, there's nothing left to declutter. You've already gotten rid of everything. Yeah. I was like, oh, maybe I can help people in the Norton Moms Club. Right. So I made a post, $25 an hour. And in exchange, I want pictures so I can do before and after. And so that's how I started. And then eventually I emailed Dana, who is the woman that I'm certified under. She's a YouTuber and an author. She wrote a book called A Slob Comes Clean. That's like her biggest book. And I sent her an email and I was like, hey, I'm already teaching your methods when I go to clients' houses. Are you ever going to have a certification program? And she emailed me back and said, yep, it's in the works. So November of 22, her assistant reached out to me and said, Dana would like to interview you for a video to talk about how you implement her methods with clients. And I was like, oh my God, okay, that's so exciting. Because this woman was like my declutter god, and I was very excited to meet her, even though it was only on Zoom. And so little did I know, she filmed that. I mean, she did ask permission and she told me, but she filmed that as part of the training. So I'm actually in the training video for the other coaches.
Brilliant.
So I was the very first one certified.
Mazel tov and Mazel tov and Zimmintov.
Yeah.
Allison and I are Jews.
So yes.
Both bat mitzvahed and Sharon.
Yep.
I know, I'm not.
Temple,
I'm always on the outside.
Temple Sinai?
Temple Israel.
Oh, you were conservative Jew.
But I'm not. I just had this conversation with someone else. I have no idea how we ended up at Temple Israel.
Oh, maybe you knew someone.
Maybe. We were not conservative.
Do you remember your Torah portion?
No, but I know the 10 plagues. For Passover.
That's not the same.
She's trying to trump you right now.
I am trying to trump you, but that's okay. So someone hires you to help them declutter.
Yes.
So how much do you charge for that, and what's the process for that?
So it's $60 per hour.
Oh,
you can hire me for 1 hour, or you can hire me for 4 hours. I don't care, because I come in and I teach you Dana's 5-step method for paring down and getting organized. And if you follow the 5-step process, first of all, you'll never make a bigger mess in the process if you follow the 5 steps, like exactly. But also, if I teach it to you and you're receptive enough to learn it and do it on your own, you don't really need me to continue. Some people hire me once and then I never see them again. Like we literally work 1 hour and then I never hear from them again. Other people hire me to come back because they like the accountability and they like the like virtual hand holding of me being right next to them, kind of giving them permission to like let things go.
Right.
But I only require 2 hours or more if it's more than a 45-minute drive for me. If it's like local, I'll do an hour. Like I had one woman who hired me. I don't think her husband knew I was coming at all.
It's none of his business.
Well, so he was grocery shopping, and when our hour was up, she was like, okay, you gotta go. Like, quick, before he leaves.
Get out.
Before he gets home. Yeah. And I was like shunned away, and I think that's because she didn't want him to know that I was there because he wasn't into the decluttering or whatever. So, yeah, I could do 1 hour or I could do 10 hours. I mean, it just depends.
Yeah, this is important. And, when we were moving out of our big house in Easton, we had 2 dumpsters. We were only there for like 14 years, but we had a lot of crap.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Jason, we were trying to get rid of stuff. And Jason I was throwing everything out, but he was stuck. It's, you pull something out and you look at it. Mm-hmm. We didn't have time. So my neighbor, Mr. Benoni, would just grab things out of his hand and throw it in the dumpster. Oh. So a lot of things were lost during the move.
Yeah.
But it was hard for him to let go of this stuff. We didn't need it. But it is hard. And the neighbor did have to grab things out of his hand.
Yeah. So like I had a client who one time was in her 70s, and she still had her middle school yearbook. And that's fine. I'm not going to tell her to throw it away.
What are you supposed to do with those,
Allison? But if she wants to keep it, then that's her prerogative. I'm not going to tell her to get rid of it. So then you have a container concept. You have a memory bin.
Yes,
and
one bin.
Yes, you have one bin, and the container, that's the limit. So your yearbook has to fit in there with all the other memories, or however many containers you designate to. You shouldn't have to.
You brought up a very good point a couple of years ago, and it stuck with me. And Meredith did a huge declutter in her house, and she's like, I got rid of stuff God forbid I croak. Do I want my kids finding this stuff? And it was stuff from my past that didn't mean anything to me anymore.
It was pictures, bins and bins of pictures.
Yes, it was
They
pictures.
don't need to waddle through them.
It was cards. Yeah. Reading, people wrote me notes, and I'm like, why? I don't want this.
Right.
And
my kids don't want it.
No, they don't want to be.
Because they'll be burdened
saddled.
with it.
Right.
So anybody listening, just remember, don't save that crap for your kids.
Right.
Go through, do the work now. You don't have to take it all on at once. I just had bins. I actually shared it. I had I think 4 bins maybe, which was a lot of photographs.
Yeah.
But I had 2 of my best friends that they were in a lot of those pictures through, high school and college and after. And we had glasses of wine.
And went through it together.
And went through them. And I'd be like, oh, there's an old boyfriend. Put him in the throw bin.
Right.
Oh, my girlfriend calling me, be like, you can't throw that away. I'm like, yes, I just relived it. Right. And now I'm good. I don't have to. I'm not going to revisit this when I'm 70.
Right.
I'm doing it now.
Well, have you guys heard of the Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning? Have you read that book or heard about that book?
No.
That book basically means that you get rid of your stuff now while you're still alive, so that after you die, your kids don't have to go through all of your crap. And
and that was your point.
And and it's a book, and then there was a TV show about it.
Swedish death cleaning.
I am Swedish.
The gentle art of the gentle art of Swedish death cleaning.
So I have another death box experience to share. So I lost my brother, years ago. Mm-hmm. Lost my dad, right? Like we all do. It's part of life, living, dying, whatever. Anyway, I had these boxes of stuff from that period or surrounding their death, whether articles, whatever.
Things that belonged to them?
Yes. Okay. Whatever. It was just a box, right? That death box, I guess, right? And I purged Edwin's. And it was so freeing. Now, I haven't done my dad's yet. That's going to be next.
Yeah.
But it's on my roster to do. Mm-hmm. And along with that, I was a teacher. And I still have a box left of my teaching stuff that I haven't completely purged. But it's one box. And I can't wait to purge those. Because that's in my past and I don't want to relive them. And the thing is, I think that we think that, oh my God, what if I get rid of this? I might want to revisit it, later on. No, you don't. I'm just telling you,
Right.
once you revisit that box of memories and heartfelt of your family member or loved one, you don't want to go back to it because it opens up emotion.
Right.
Once you open it up, get rid of it. You don't ever have to face it again.
Yes.
It's so good.
I agree. And then I also have clients that are like, well, what if I need this item someday? And for instance, it's, I don't know, a potato peeler or whatever. Yeah. Okay. So do you peel potatoes? If the answer is no, but maybe I will someday. Yeah. Okay. Let's apply the 2020 rule here. Can you get a potato peeler within 20 minutes of your house for less than $20?
Brilliant. There it is.
And if the answer is yes, you can say goodbye to the potato
this
peeler.
Show is over.
Mic drop.
We have heard everything.
I have a bin of stupid kitchen stuff. Literally, it says like stupid kitchen stuff that I just moved from the pantry upstairs to a shelf in the basement.
You could probably donate that entire bin to Savers, not even going through it. And and then if you need that potato peeler or you need whatever, you can borrow it from a friend.
Yes.
You can go buy one for very cheap at Savers, or you can just buy one at Target.
Yes.
And then, because what happens is people can't find anything in their homes. So what happens? They go and buy another one.
Yes.
Right? Yes. And that's how you end up with 17 pairs of scissors.
Right.
Wow.
Yes.
And you know what? I'm going to say that part of it is post-depression era pack rat syndrome.
Yeah.
That was my parents' generation.
But that's not us, Meredith.
No, it's not, but it still lingers. That's a lot of our clients where they waste not, want not was an expression in my house. And my parents wanted to buy something and have it last forever. If a vacuum broke after 23 years, my mom still to this day is incensed. And we're now IKEA generation.
Right.
Furniture doesn't survive a move, and people are okay with that.
Yeah.
Just
And what are you going to do with a broken vacuum? If you're not going to fix
bring it to the vacuum doctor.
But if you're not going to do that,
Allison.
like today, if you're like when people have like pants with a hole in it, and they're like, I'm like, what are you doing with these?
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm going to bring them to a tailor.
No, you're not.
Can you bring them today?
Yes.
Right. If you can do that today, then that's okay. Then bring them to the tailor today. Get them fixed.
Same with
shoes. Anything. If you're not going today, just donate it.
Right.
You haven't fixed it by now. You're not going to fix it.
Yes, because you probably don't like how it looks on your bum,
right?
Or you don't like the knee, or you don't like something about it, but you have this guilt that
if it was your absolute favorite pair of pants,
you'd go today.
You'd fix it immediately.
Yes.
Right. You'd be
stressed. So obviously you don't really like them that much. So you can let them go.
I have so much decluttering to do. Like just saying this, I think about the pockets in my house. In my house that need decluttering. Mm-hmm. And you know what's a place that's starting to creep?
What?
The attic.
Yeah. Oh.
Attic becomes...
See, I wouldn't because I'd be too lazy to go up there.
Yeah, we do use the attic a lot. And it's definitely, I've noticed recently, it's becoming a place. My son loves Legos.
Oh, we have Legos at my house too.
I saw your video. Yep. And
wait, did you ever see that app where you take a photo of your Legos, you scan it?
No, and what happens?
And then it goes.
They come and clean it up for you?
No, it shows you all the things that you can make out of the Legos.
Oh, that's cool. Oh. I should look into
that.
Like
all these mismatched pieces, whatever. I don't know.
That is cool because my kids are obsessed with Legos.
Yeah,
my son too, or was, but he's 14 now.
Legos is a great toy.
Yes, it really is, but it's very expensive.
Yeah.
They're and they put them together in 15 minutes.
And you don't need 50,000 Legos like we do.
You don't.
But
you get kits and then they put them together. Right. So at a certain time in the process, I realized maybe we should be saving the boxes so that when you're ready to get rid of the $150 Yoda Lego,
like it would go in the set or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't think you need to do that. I really don't. If is it put together?
Yeah,
you can put the little Yoda in a bag. Do you still have like the little booklet that gives the directions?
Well, I started throwing those out.
That's fine. Those are all online. So it's like you can say, anybody want a Yoda Lego? And put it in a plastic bag and give it away, and they can look up the directions on the website.
And then just take it.
And get rid of the box.
You don't need the box. You don't need the box.
Because there's a pile in my attic.
You don't need the box.
Guess what?
I'm getting rid of them.
Allison said get rid of them.
Trash. The first step in Dana's process is literally looking for trash. And that sounds so silly, but like...
Look for trash.
Look for trash. That's the first step. Couldn't be easier. Literally.
And what else is trash besides boxes?
Trash is considered anything that, like, you literally don't even have to question anything about it. So, like, a wrapper on the floor is obviously trash. You're not going to think, oh, but this was the wrapper from the gum I chewed in 7th grade. I mean, maybe it is, but there's no sentimentalness to trash normally, right? So if you say to somebody, let's start with this room, let's start by just looking for the trash. They always tell me there's no trash. They always tell me that. I'm like, let's just go through. Let's just go through it. Let's go pile by pile. And oh, I don't need this. This is trash. Oh, I don't need this. Oh, I don't even have this item anymore. Why am I saving the receipt for this? This is trash. Right. And we just literally throw out the trash. That's the first step. And it's trash has to be non-sentimental. It has to be non-having to think about at all. Like, you're not even questioning that it's trash. You're picking it up and you're like, this is obviously garbage. Right. And it goes right in the trash. And if you just do that in one area, it's going to look better.
Do you have like steps?
Yes, there's 5 steps.
Okay, so step 1 is get rid of the trash in that room.
The trash, yes.
And trash is something with no sentimental value. You don't have to think about it. You look at it, you're like, ugh,
yeah,
that's trash.
Obvious trash. In the trash bag.
Okay, step 1,
in a
get rid of the trash.
black trash bag. I always tell clients to have black trash bags ready for when I show up.
Because they
because
might
you can see through white ones.
Yeah.
And
Wait, I love that.
And if you're not doing that,
look how cute you
your
look.
spouse.
Wow, that's an important tip.
Your spouse or your kids are going to see through the white trash bag and be like, what are you doing? Why are you throwing that out? That's my favorite thing I haven't touched in 15 years. Like, whatever, you know? Black trash bags, always.
Right.
Now, I remember when Alexa was a little girl, she couldn't get rid of anything. So she held on to everything. So one day she went out on a play date and I went through her room. Because there was a lot of trash. 6 trash bags. Guess what, Meredith? She came home. She never even knew I did anything.
Yeah.
That's how much crap was in her room.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, and that was just like actual trash. Nothing. How are you feeling? You okay?
I'm okay.
Have a drink of water.
Yeah.
For those who are watching, Stephanie is detoxing from booze.
You would think I was an alcoholic.
Well, no. We're going to sidebar for a second.
What is the definition of an alcoholic?
So, no, I'm going to give you,
I'm not
this
one.
is not, it's not necessarily alcoholism. So I needed to cut back on my caffeine because I was drinking a tremendous amount and I'm noticing myself starting to go up. Like, I would drink it from 5:30 in the morning till 5 o'clock at night. No problem. Just kind of, I like the warmth. I love the caffeine. I love everything about it. Or I'd have a cup of tea too, like all day long. But I was like, you know what? This seems like it's too much. So I'm going to taper back. I didn't even, like, you've stopped drinking alcohol. Like, I didn't even stop. I had 2 days of such miserable withdrawal from the caffeine.
Did you have headaches?
I had headaches. I had joint aches. I was a brain fog beyond brain fog. It was, so I feel like it's going to be over after this week for the caffeine, and it wasn't even completely stopping.
This is 10 days in already.
I know, but that's the way the body works.
Like, are you serious?
Mine was a weekend, and that's when the withdrawal hit. You're decluttering your body.
I'm angry. I don't feel well.
You're decluttering the alcohol.
Yeah. It's good. Good job. Get rid of it.
Okay.
It's trash.
All right. So number 1, get rid of the trash in your room.
Yes. Number 2.
In black trash bags.
Black trash bags, yes.
Brilliant.
Number 2 is literally look for the easy stuff, okay? Easy stuff is the stuff in your home that already has an established home, but for whatever reason, it's just not there.
Can I ask a question on that?
Yes.
Meredith?
I live with a man that I've been living with 20 plus years.
Okay.
How tall is he?
He's a big man. But the current location we've been living in for 14 years, pretty much everything has a place.
Okay.
There's no mystery, especially in the kitchen. Everything has a place, or at least even a general cabinet. He has no idea where anything goes. It's a mystery to me. Is that common?
Allison?
He'll put stuff away in the strangest places, and I don't get it.
Maybe he's not thinking when he's putting it away. Maybe he has other stuff on his mind.
Like, I wonder if we were to do, you can do Find It with dogs.
Why don't you
I don't think you could do Find It.
Do it. That's a great Christmas game for you.
Sean,
Daddy's going to go on a scavenger
Find
hunt.
the extra salt. If you needed salt, where would you?
Meredith.
Okay, what you just said is one of the steps. If you needed this item, where would you look for it first? That's one of the steps. I don't want to jump ahead, but you just basically said what one of the steps is. So it's funny because maybe it's not coming naturally to him where you're putting it. So he's not looking to put it back in the same spot.
Let's find out where Meredith puts the extra salt.
To the cabinet to the left of the stove, where
the other salt is?
Spices. Oh, it's actually where the baked goods are. Not baked goods, but baking.
That doesn't sound right.
Well, you have a stove, and then on the right side is where all the spices are, and then our left is where I've got vanilla, I've got frosting, I've got
I don't
cinnamon.
think that's right.
It makes sense to me.
It doesn't make sense
but
to me.
it might not make sense to him.
Where would you put it?
I would put it with my spices.
Yeah, I can't put it in that one because the cabinet's not big enough. So I put it on the one on the left.
So is she supposed to buy that extra salt if it doesn't fit?
I can't tell people if they should or should not buy anything.
I need to have extra salt.
If you need to have extra
it's
salt,
one container, the round one.
Are you a salter?
Yes.
When you sit down and eat your food?
Yes.
But the other woman that I'm certified under, her name is Allison.
Yeah.
She has 4 different clutter bugs, they're called. And everybody has a different organizing style, okay? So you and your person you live with, you might have different organizing styles. So for me, I'm a cricket. I'm a cricket.
What?
And that means I like my things hidden away behind closed doors in very small micro categories. So for instance, if I have paper clips and elastics and thumbtacks, they're going to be all in separate little organized bins. But if you don't care about like those micro categories, you might throw them all into one bin and it might just be called like office supplies, right? And they're all together. But
what are the other ones? Because I think I'm a little bit of a cricket.
All right, Allison's a cricket.
So
yeah,
you can take the quiz. There's right on her website, you can take the quiz. There's a ladybug, a bee.
What is this?
And a butterfly.
What is this?
We want to take
the quiz. What is this voodoo? What is it called? Where do we take a quiz?
Well, her name is Allison. If you just Google.
Cass.
Like Cassandra.
Oh, so CASS.
CAS is what she's from Canada. I don't know. And then Arson. I can never spell her last name right. It's like AARRS.
That's like our decorator Karen Cappuccini.
She has a show on HGTV. She's the host of Hot Mess House on HGTV. And
should we be Hot Mess Realtors?
And she has a podcast but anyways, so go on.
Okay.
Look up.
What are the other categories, generally speaking?
Wait, ladybug, cricket,
bee, and butterfly. So basically, you either like things in small, tiny, like I do, like separate categories, or larger macro categories. And then you either like to see your things or you don't like to see your things. Okay. So people that don't like, if you don't see an item out and about in their house, it doesn't exist to them.
That's me in my closet.
So they forget it's there.
If I can't see it, I don't even know I have it.
Right. And that is
I
very
forget
common.
About these pants I have.
Right.
And these tops I have.
I guess I do like micro categories. I buck against it, but I do.
Yeah.
Because it's so helpful if I open a drawer.
And you have paper clips?
Yes.
Elastics?
Yes.
Yeah. And everything's got to be separate for me. And I label everything. I have a label
but I
on
also,
everything.
I
label everything.
You're going to open that drawer and it might feel like chaos. That's the other part of me. Because I may not keep it perfectly like that. But there might be little Ziploc bags with it all in there.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
What about the utensil drawer? So I have a drawer that when you open it, you can't open it all the way because the way the kitchen was designed, it was designed 30 years ago. And the handle bangs into another handle. So I can only open it 3/4 of the way. And I have all my utensils in there. And you cut yourself on big knives. You come out bloody.
No.
And you can't find anything.
You never want to come out of a drawer bloody.
Oh.
No, never.
Poor Allison. She's like,
I'm gonna take a
with
video.
These women right now.
We are fucking.
And you know what? Then I do. I just say, forget it. I have too much work to do to worry about this. I got to move on.
I think what you need to do in that particular drawer is probably pare down the amount of things in the drawer.
Duct tape it.
How many who lives in your house?
Me, Anthony. That's it.
You and your husband?
We're not married.
You and your boy toy?
Yeah.
She's living in sin.
Okay. You and him, that's it. 2 people?
Yeah. And we don't cook.
You go out to dinner every night. I heard you say that.
Yeah. Although not now. It's not fun when you're not drinking.
But like how many forks
until February
would you say?
Forks. I have 1 million forks.
Why do you need 1 million forks?
I have 27 spoons,
Why?
tables.
Why?
She hosts one night a year. I host Thanksgiving.
And I don't use silverware.
Okay, you don't need like any of that stuff.
You mean only need 2 forks?
Yes. I mean, really,
2 spoons.
You can have 4 forks. So if 2 are dirty, there are 2 clean.
Really? What do I do with the other stuff?
First of all, you should be doing your dishes every single day. I don't know. I know that sounds silly. Most people, I feel like, understand like.
You mean put it in the dishwasher
and run your dishwasher every day? And if you don't have a dishwasher, you should be hand washing your dishes every day. That's like the #1 thing to keep your kitchen under control.
Dishes. I have stacks of dishes
for 2 people that don't
dirty
eat at home.
No, clean.
Yeah,
but why?
I don't like your tone.
I don't know. Exposed.
I need to get rid of that.
So you have to think of like everything in your house is a container, but also your house is a container. So your house has to contain all of the people that live there, all of the things that belong to the people that live there. And it has to be not overwhelming in any way, shape, or form. Okay? So if you're overwhelmed with your stuff, you probably have too much. You're probably above your clutter threshold.
I am.
Okay?
I have stacks of bowls and plates.
Yeah. For 2 people who don't eat at home.
Right.
You don't need all of those.
Right.
You could probably get rid of more than half of them and still have enough. I mean, I haven't seen your kitchen, but I mean, if you really
So if there's just 2 of us, am I supposed to have 4 plates?
Yeah, I mean,
What if I have a dinner party, which I will
never have a
had?
dinner party.
Okay.
You won't.
I don't entertain anymore.
If you did, could you go out and buy paper?
She lives like walking distance to Marshall's, which is one of the best Marshalls in Canton.
Yeah, I could walk to Home Goods Marshalls.
You could buy it. I mean, not that you should buy a whole new dish set.
No,
well, she would do paper anyway.
But like,
or fancy
you could do
plastic.
paper, right? Yeah. You can do the fancy plastic.
We did fancy plastic at Christmas. My mom got it, and like none of us could throw it away, but we did. She's like, "That's what it's for."
Yeah.
Oh, I put that in the dishwasher.
No.
What is my problem?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I also dishwash. I can't.
Just tell us.
Should I say this on live TV? Sometimes I put straws in the dishwasher.
You do not need to do that. Without being...
For all my failings in life, folks, for all of my failings in life, that is one that beat them all. That is wild.
Okay, can I ask you something without coming off rude?
And a restaurant chopstick.
I'm getting you one of those straw cleaners.
Restaurant chopsticks.
Okay.
And straws.
You mean
and one more thing. I do put my plastic cutlery in the dishwasher as well.
Okay.
Allison, do I need therapy?
Do you have...
Is something wrong with me?
Do you have any...
I can't breathe.
Do you have any trouble financially without being rude?
Note to self, I am not eating at Stephanie's house. I do not use wood chopsticks.
Oh, you should see. Not only that, but we put all our leftovers in plastic baggies. And Alexa's friend Alicia Foley would come over and she goes, "That is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Who puts lasagna in a baggie?"
Well, do you actually eat the leftover? Because if you do, then I'm okay with that.
Oh, okay.
I am okay with that. If you eat the leftovers and then you can throw the bag away, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
But if you are not suffering financially, you don't need to wash disposable straws in your dishwasher. You really don't. You really don't. And I'm
starting to sweat. I need my fan.
And
I need my fan.
Most likely there's probably like
I have problems.
Plastic stuff in the straw.
No wonder I don't feel well.
That you're washing in the dishwasher, and then you're like consuming the plastic particles by sucking it in. Like
you're not detoxing. You have like BPA poisoning.
Yeah, you could. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I think you might have something.
Oh.
You know what? Yeah. This is why she's a clutter specialist, because she is so good at it. Look what she got right to the root of.
Right, yeah.
And you know what you're doing this weekend?
Hopefully paring down the house.
Paring down
the house.
Maybe you should hire Allison to come over and go through that kitchen with you.
I would love to do that.
She just needs an hour.
I would love to do that.
I'm embarrassed.
Don't be embarrassed.
Not.
I've seen worse.
You're not even a little bit.
So back to step 2 is the easy stuff.
All right.
We got distracted.
Wait,
okay?
what's the easy stuff?
The easy stuff is stuff that already has an established home, but for whatever reason, it's not in the home.
So one is trash and black plastic trash bag.
In a black.
2 is easy stuff that I could see right off the bat.
So like if you're in your bathroom and you find a coffee cup because you were drinking your coffee in the bathroom.
Yeah,
maybe. You know immediately this coffee cup lives in the kitchen.
Right.
You bring it there now. Okay?
Okay.
And that's the most important part.
So the stuff you do before your housekeepers come. Like putting
stuff where it belongs. Yes. But the most important thing is to bring it there now. Okay? So most people, when they declutter, pull everything out.
Yep.
And make piles. Right?
Yep.
Keep, donate, throw away, whatever.
Yeah.
And then what happens? Life.
You're exhausted.
You get interrupted.
Right, it's horrible.
You get tired, whatever. Like Marie Kondo.
Yeah.
She recommends you pull out every article of clothing in your house and put it on your bed. Okay, if you do that,
I did that. It was horrible.
Right.
Yeah, it's too
like
much.
if I did that, somebody with little kids.
Yeah.
No way.
Inevitably, I'm going to get interrupted. I need a snack.
Now you just created another job for yourself.
I need you to.
That's too much.
Drive me to whatever.
Now I do it by sections.
So we never pull out everything. Okay. So what you do is you find the item, you take it there now. You don't make piles. Okay, you make the decision now.
Yes.
Should we do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 now?
Yes.
Is that Mel Robbins?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I know her too a little bit. It's just that's one of the most important steps is take it there now. Okay. Step 3 is looking for the donations. And donations are basically the things that like this should have been donated months ago. I don't even know why I still have this. Like, again, not even a thought. Like, you don't have to think about it. You don't have to question. Like, my son wears a 5T. If I go in his drawer and there's a 3T t-shirt, that is a donation. Right. Get rid of it. Yes. That can go immediately in the donate box.
Right.
And I keep
You have some of those.
Oh, for the kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, the boys' room needs
and
to
I
be
keep
done.
a cardboard box set up at all times in my house. I call it my donation station.
Oh.
And whenever
boys are getting one of those.
Donation
boys are getting
station.
one of those. Boys are getting one of those.
Yes.
And then as soon as they come across something that doesn't fit them anymore, they can throw it in that box. When that box is full, you drive it to Savers.
That's what I'm going to do today because the boys' room is getting
brilliant.
Right? Yeah. Okay. And then step 4, this is when it gets a little bit harder. Steps 1, 2, and 3 are
so we have trash,
easy stuff, and the donations.
I like the
Yeah.
Okay.
That just got rid of a lot of stuff there.
No kidding.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So step number 4 is when you ask yourself that question that you said earlier. If I needed this item, where would I look for it first? And if I needed like this Stanley water bottle, where would I look for it first? And if right away the kitchen cabinet above the fridge is what popped in my head, that needs to be its home, because that instinctually is where you're going to go for it when you need it. Right?
Got it.
Okay. If you say to yourself, if I needed this item, where would I look for it first? And you're like, I'm not really sure. Would it occur to you that you even already had this item? Or would you go out and buy another one? It seems like you would probably not even realize that you had that item. Stanley might not be a good example, but something different. And if you are like, I don't think I would really look for it, you can donate it now. Because what's going to happen is when you need that item, you're going to go out and buy another one.
Right.
And you already had it, but you didn't know where it was living in your house. So there's no reason to hold on to it if you're going to go buy another one. So that's how you establish where things should live in your home. Where would I look for it first?
So I have 2 areas that I'm thinking of right now that have been on my list that need to be purged. And the first one is, it's not my husband's closet, so I can't even call it that. It's basically my closet, not our shared walk-in, but it's my closet in our room. And it's got crap.
Yep.
And it's got good stuff. And it's got bags. And it's got all my jewelry in it. And it's got probably 50% jewelry that I don't wear anymore.
Okay.
And I've been lingering with the jewelry. I don't know what to do with it.
Well,
costume.
Why are you holding on
All
to it?
of
Diamonds.
All of it.
Well, your real stuff you should put aside, and let's go see Dina Hepez.
Okay.
And go get some new pieces made.
Yeah.
The costume jewelry, Savers.
Or Buy Nothing. Do you have a Buy Nothing group? Do you live in Easton?
I do.
Is there a Buy Nothing page?
It used to be. There's a free Easton.
How does Savers work?
You literally drive up, they take the stuff out of your car, and you drive away.
So that's like the Grange. So I donate to
easy.
the Grange in Easton.
Oh,
so the Lions organization runs it, and they resell it, and money goes back into the community.
Perfect.
So it's the same thing.
You can drive to the lot. You can drive to the Grange.
Yeah.
They'll take
once a week.
Okay.
Once a week, 12
All right,
to 2.
perfect.
Yeah. And so when I go into clients' homes, part of the $60 an hour fee is I take a carload full of donations with me. Because a lot of the people have trouble, like they can donate, they can like declutter on their own, but then they make piles of the stuff to donate, and they either drive around with it in their trunk for 3 months. Or it's piled up in the corner of the basement and they never actually donate it.
I mean, that is such a common thing. How many of us drive around for months with bags of clothing in our car?
Tons of people do it.
Looking for, we just forget or...
I now have it where I can drop it off. I don't go months, but I could go a week.
So now, like, literally once a week, I have stuff from my own house that I'm donating. Like, I'm always decluttering. Like, you're never going to stop decluttering. You're never done because things are always coming into your home. But every week I'm always getting rid of things. And then if I have a client that week too, I save their things as well. And I make one trip and I just drop it all off at
Savers
Savers.
resells, but it's private company.
They resell and and I think the money goes, I think it's for a good cause. I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
To me, it's about getting it out of my house in the easiest way possible.
Any which way you can do it.
Yeah, so I don't care. I do give a lot of things on the Buy Nothing.
I have tough with the free stuff though. That can be such a pain in the neck because somebody's got to come to your house and come get it, even if it's in Easton.
Then drop it off at Savers.
That's why I don't really do it unless it's like an item that I know.
Do you have to call Savers?
Nope. You just show up.
What do they have? A special window?
There's like a little door in the back.
And you just pull up? And...
Like the one I use mostly is in Attleboro, North Attleboro, and it has a little line, like a car line in front, and you literally just pull in, you pop your trunk, they take everything out.
That's
and
what
you
they
drive
do at the Grange on Saturdays.
Brilliant.
The Grange is next to Buddy's for those who are curious.
You know what else I have? My makeup.
Okay. Do you know makeup expires and goes bad?
Can I put it in the dishwasher?
No, you cannot.
I have a bin. So I recently did the closet in the bathroom. I organized it in Meredith Keach's way, where I got all these bins, smaller ones, and organized them and then put a label on the front. Like this one has
lip liners.
No, I just did a bigger one for makeup because that's really only mine. And like then this one has Band-Aids and eye stuff and whatever
good, right,
it may be.
Allison?
Yeah, that's fine.
It's actually been the most helpful event that I've done in my house.
So if you needed a lipstick, you would know where to look for it first. I know exactly.
Literally, you could open the cabinet up and be like, oh, it's right here.
Yep.
It's the best thing
I do
ever.
have a basket of just lipstick, so I know, but it's just too much.
Yeah. I mean, you need, but you have to also consider, like, makeup does have an expiration date. So I am kind of like anal about this, but when I open a new product, I look at the back and I look to see how long it's good for. And I literally write down the date that I opened it in a little notebook in my bathroom. And then I write like 9 months. If it says it's good for 9 months.
I have 3 of the same liquid liners in my makeup bag that I use daily because I didn't get rid of, I'm not going to do it again. I didn't get rid of them. I just kept adding to it.
And you know what? Like even my mascaras though, I have some mascaras that were expensive, but they're dried out. But I still try to get some
old mascara.
Last things.
Old mascara can cause eye infections.
You know what, Allison? You've really.
It's probably I had a sty recently. It's probably why I'm using the same damn liquid liner.
So I don't know. Makeup is.
Well, that's because you don't need it, Allison.
Well, I'm wearing a little bit today.
So you don't understand.
The only time I ever wear makeup is when I'm on camera. I don't wear it on a regular basis. I don't have time for that.
Ever?
Do not have time for that. I'm an actress. I do some acting. So when I am acting,
Hollywood. Hollywood.
When I am acting, I wear makeup, either that I do myself or if they do.
What do you mean acting?
I have my SAG card.
Wow.
So I'm in the union. I mean, mostly it's been background work. Did you guys watch about Julia Child on HBO Max? I want to see that. 2 episodes of that. You can see me. They did me all up.
What?
Like 50s. I look like my Nana because like it it was really fun. They did my hair, my makeup, whatever. I look like a 50s girl. I showed one of the girls at work, and she goes, "Oh, you look old." And I was like,
"Thank you." That's
sure
what you're supposed to do.
That's a compliment.
Yes.
But yes, so I do a lot of background work. I do not want to be a background actor forever. I am trying to get a part with lines.
She's trying to break through to the biz.
I'm trying. I did have 2 parts in the fall in short films with lines that filmed around here. But I'm trying to get like a part with like a real movie.
That is so
well,
exciting.
guess what? Luckily, you're on our
That's right.
podcast.
And
right?
I think it's going to happen for you this year.
Catapult you
to.
Yeah. Are you manifesting?
Yes, I am manifesting.
Good.
I want 1 line or 2 or more, but at least 1.
So, Allison, aside from your acting,
Yes.
how do people who watch this show get in touch with you? What are your social handles?
I don't think we're a show.
We're the show.
Yeah, but
the show.
Aren't we a podcast?
Yeah, but you can watch. Remember, we had that discussion.
Oh yeah.
You're a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Which is why I put on a little bit of makeup.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
Smart move.
So how do people get in touch with you?
I have a website. It's iamtheclutterbuster.com.
Perfect.
You can email me at iamtheclutterbuster@gmail.com. My Facebook, my Instagram, and my TikTok handle is
Those are great to watch your videos.
I am the
I can't
Clutterbuster. I'm very easily accessible and reachable. Even if you have questions, you want to reach out, even if you don't want to hire me. But I'm happy to talk to like moms groups and do like speaking kind of.
And you know what?
too.
You're so like cute and I like huggable and relatable,
Yeah.
which is nice. You're not scary.
Well, and you don't feel...
Some of those clutter people are scary.
Yeah.
Well,
You don't feel bad.
You don't feel judged.
Right.
I never judge. People
Yeah.
are always like, "Oh, I don't want to hire you because I don't want you to see my house." And I'm like, I have seen it all.
Yeah.
And that's
And I
why
do-
you need me.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
judge. I don't judge.
I don't either.
We don't judge.
I don't even remember, quite honestly.
Right.
I tell people the first time I go in, don't clean for me.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to make, because I
Yeah.
promise you, I won't
Right.
remember the color of your couch. When we go back in and stage, that's a different story.
Right.
But I'm not even going to remember it.
Yeah.
I don't remember when you're horrible to me. I don't remember any of it
Right.
because
We
it's
block
part
it
of our
out anyway.
process. Yeah.
Right.
I have another fun fact for you guys.
Yeah.
I am a licensed real estate agent.
Get out.
Allison.
Do you keep your license active?
Yes, but I've never worked in it at all. Ooh, sorry.
Wow.
But
Feel free to send us referrals.
But I
Yes.
have my license.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
And someday maybe I will do it.
Good for you.
But
Maybe.
yeah, but this is good. This is good that you're our clutter person.
yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be our team clutter person.
Yes.
You're our go-to clutter person.
Good.
Yes.
I want to
Yes.
be. I want to help you. I want to help whoever needs the help. I'm happy.
Right.
I'm happy to help. And
It's huge. Just having someone to discuss, and I'm
learned
so
so much
free just to
today.
put my Christmas stuff away.
And I can't wait to go through my kitchen, and I am no longer going to put my straws in the dishwasher.
please promise me that.
How about you throw out
Pinky,
the chopsticks
pinky
too?
swear.
Chop? No, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what? My pink sweater.
I need you to pinky swear that
Oh,
you're
pinky
going to
swear.
never again wash a disposable straw in the dishwasher.
I promise.
Okay,
Thank
thank you.
God.
I feel good about that
Yeah.
because that's
Gross.
yeah.
Wow. Anyway,
Oh, we have 2 minutes.
thanks
Okay.
for coming.
Allison, this was amazing.
Yeah.
This flew
Fun.
by. We might have to have you on again.
Okay, I love to talk. If you haven't noticed,
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm happy-
this I
I'm
know.
happy to
Thank
talk.
God, because sometimes we have guests and it's awkward silence.
oh no, there's no silence with me.
I just felt like saying that.
People always say,
Wait,
"What
did-
am I going to talk about?" I'm like, "I don't think you're going to
Did
have
we
any
get
problem with two
our hooks?
salespeople."
Did we get our hooks in?
I don't know.
And this is why you should never.
Put a straw in your dishwasher, for the love of God.
No straws in the dishwasher.
Got it.
Don't reuse wooden chopsticks that
You know
got
what?
from the.
No.
It's
store.
time for us to go. Thank you so much,
Oh,
Allison. We
wait a
didn't
minute.
even get to talk
Thanks for
about
coming.
our roots in Sharon.
I know. And we didn't finish. The final step is to apply the container concept.
Right.
Okay.
That's step number 5.
All
But I
right.
can help you do this and I can walk you through it
And
if
we're
you want
gonna
to hire me.
And we'll put the 5 steps on our
Yeah,
Insta.
yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Allison.
Thank you. This was so
Thanks
fun.
for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Adam.